Hello, this is Pico, and this is part 1 of Let's Play Golden Sun. Now, technically, this is kind of part 2 because I did a part 0, which, by the way, I don't watch Let's Plays, so I didn't know if people have ever done that before. Yeah, it turns out that's actually kind of a cliche, but oh well. I did a part 0, and it was explaining the first like hour and more of this game because it's just all plot, all text. Is really slow. I hate playing that part of the game. All my save files are just right at this point. I never play that first part ever again. So yeah, I had to do it for this, and then it turns out I just skipped it anyway because it would have been like 6 parts of that. It's like ugh. But yeah. So yeah, this is Golden Sun. This is my 7th favorite game ever. It's one of those games I specially went through the effort to go on eBay and get a box copy of. It has the map, it has the manual, it has all that stuff. It's awesome. But one of my favorite box arts ever. And this is Master Hammett, and he is Ivan's master. Take that as you will, be it sexual or not. But actually, you know, if I was gonna have Insane Intentions here, but the fact that it's about Ivan, which is one of my favorite video game characters, it's all about this first part is all about him. I sort of didn't want to include him because there's stuff I want to talk about Ivan. I want to talk about Ivan because he's cool. So yeah, I don't know, Insane Intentions might show up later, but I will make this joke just for him. This whole part is about this 15-year-old boy trying to find his master's rod. Okay, there, happy I made the joke. Yeah, I made that joke, and I'm sure no one will appreciate it, but I don't know. I felt I had to. So yeah, after that pointless thing. Okay, actually it wasn't pointless. That was establishing that Master Hammett was going to Lunpa, which is like this really shady place of thieves and stuff. And since Master Hammett is really rich, he probably shouldn't be going there because he will get attacked and kidnapped because he has a lot of money. So yeah, probably not a good idea. And here I had some stupidness trying to find Ivan. Guess I hadn't done this in a little while. Now I got my bearings. Here's where I'm going. And here he is, one of my favorite video game characters ever. Ivan. He's just so cool. First of all, I just want to talk about how he looks. He looks kind of like me in a way, which I guess I connect to him that way. But also this theme song is amazing. I love this song. Very amazing. Awesome soundtrack, this game. But I love this guy's outfit. He just looks so cool. You look at his official art and he just looks... I mean, it sounds weird saying it from a guy, but it's like he looks like a total stud. I mean, he just looks incredibly handsome. But yes, and he's also 15, so whatever. I don't know. Call me creepy if you want, but he is. He's a good-looking guy. Anyways, but the thing about Ivan is, at first he's like the weakest character. You basically have to babysit him through the first little bit of the game, but later on he becomes a really good magic user. He's one of the more useful characters. Oh, and here we're establishing that Ivan can use mind read because he is a Jupiter adept. Although we don't learn that right now. That's why he can do that yet. But I guess I just spoiled that. But shoot, what was I saying? Yeah, he's really weak at first. He becomes a great magic user later. And the funny thing about Ivan is that through the course of both games, he has by far the most backstory. Like, both Felix and Isaac, the main characters, don't have as much character development or story as Ivan, which I don't get why, but there seems to be a large... I don't know, maybe it's just the people I've been seeing, but it seems like not a lot of people really like Ivan, and it's like, why not? He's the most interesting character. He has the most backstory. He's probably the most likable of the characters. I mean, then again, all the characters in the first game are awesome. I just love all 4 of these guys. Well, Garrett I'm not too fond of. I'd rather... I used to really hate Garrett, but now I've warmed up to him a bit. He's a lot better now. I still don't like him as much as the others. But, yeah, and Ivan, he's just really cool. I think that's just what I like about him. He's just cool. His design is cool. His personality is cool. His backstory is cool. He's just cool. I kind of like to think of him as the Geno of Golden Sun. And it's funny because I consider Ivan to be like my third favorite video game character, and Gino is my second favorite. So, and just because they're kind of similar in that aspect, they're just the coolest characters in the game. Even though when you first look at Ivan and you first play the game, you might think he's like the weakling, but play both games and you eventually learn to see just why he's so cool. And so yeah, here I'm trading in all of my equipment. The funny thing you can do about this is normally you probably won't be able to afford everything. Like, I barely afford everything as it is, but when you, in the first part when Jenna gets kidnapped, before you go to Mount Alf, or Elf, I don't know, I think it's Alf, before you go there, you go to the shop in Vale and just sell all of her stuff. It's like, you don't need any of this equipment because you're gonna get kidnapped. So it's like, don't need that stuff, just give me your free money. It doesn't matter if she gets KO'd anyway, it's like, you're gonna get kidnapped. Actually, I wonder if it does make any difference if she gets killed. It's like, you kill her and then they kidnap her, it's like, oh, well, she's already dead, so, oops. And now that I have Ivan, we're going to talk to these guys. These are the robbers that stole the shaman's rod. And yeah, so we're trying to mind read on them. And that's sort of the weird thing about mind read in this game, is, and mind reading in a lot of things actually, is that when you're mind reading someone, you're not getting a database of their life. It's like you're just thinking of, you're just reading what they're thinking at that moment. So it's weird that all of the time that like on the times Ivan uses mind read for plot purposes, it's just kind of weird. It's like, oh, your name is Isaac. Well, I don't imagine Isaac was thinking that at the time. He says, derp to derp, oh, I'm just wondering about something. Oh, by the way, my name is Isaac. Oh, what the hell? How did he escape from that? He like climbed over the bed or something. Yeah, thanks a lot, Garrett, for just standing there and doing nothing. Well, he's blocking the path, but still, he's just a fat ass that won't do anything. What is he doing? He shut his eyes. What's he doing? We should do so. Oh, never mind. Are you done, Ivan? Oh yes, I mind-crushed him. What did you learn, Ivan? No, I'm trying to avoid that. I'm trying to not just read what's going on. But, okay, so what just happened? They're, hiding all the stuff they stole in the inn, which, again, is kind of weird that they'd be thinking that, as they know this guy can read minds. It's like, oh, this guy can read minds. We better think about something very important. Derp. I trust in your sense of duty. I believe in you. Alright, Ivan, let's go find your master's rod. There's probably some items you can get in the barrels and stuff around here, but none of them are useful. Ooh, a smoke bomb. Oh, by the way, this took me forever to figure out the first time I played the game. It took me forever to find that little ladder out there. It's like, ugh. So annoying that it took me so long. I spent... Oh yes, I can move. There's a couple moments like that in this game where it's like someone talks and you expect Isaac to just move on his own. And you're just waiting for him to do it. Oh, I have to move him myself. I came into this loft while I was fixing the roof. But I found I couldn't get all the way to the back of the loft, which is weird because somehow the robbers did, but for whatever reason you can't. Then someone whacked me on the behind the head, and then when I came up, I was all tied up. Really? I don't know. I don't do those. I don't know. Whatever. Strange, I don't remember all these crates being up here before. But only those red ones have anything important because, you know, they're the ones that can actually open all the other crates and stuff. You know, they just sit there. You can't actually interact with them. Those are the crates that didn't have lids. Or they weren't colored, so they didn't have anything important in them. You're pretty persistent. And here we're talking about how these villains are evil and how, Master Hammett has probably been kidnapped by Donpa, the evil ruler of Lunpa, and Donpa was a nice thief in Lunpa before Donpa came around and turned everything evil, so now it's no longer like Robin Hood. What kind of place is Lunpa? Well, I was just explaining that. The noble thief, he fed the poor, which is weird because all of the items in Lunpa when you rescue everyone are incredibly expensive, so I don't think anyone's poor there. The man has no morals. I heard he's truly vicious. Oh no. See, we're not so bad. How about you let us go? Never! Even if we return everything, it's still a crime? You must be joking. We stole the stuff fair and square. Oh, stealing stuff fair and square is always funny. We'll just have to keep you quiet. Attack them. Attack them, Isaac. Get them. Okay, yeah, okay. They had their backs turned. They just said they were going to get you. Why didn't you just shove a spear down their throats? Or up their butts? It's like, come on, they had their backs turned. And holy shit, an actual fight. Yeah, it's weird. Usually I do some, level grinding to, but it's weird. I actually didn't do any this time, and I realized I don't need to do it at all. But if you do fight some enemies, you can sometimes get, items that'll attack all three of them, like really good attack items. So, that's nice to have at these guys, but I guess you really don't need them. Just so long as they don't attack Ivan, because Ivan is pathetically weak at first. Yeah, he really doesn't get good until he learns certain spells, and until you get this one sword that, thankfully, you don't have to wait too long to get. Yeah, if you don't get that sword right away, he's worthless. That sword will probably show up in, not next part, but the part after that. And yeah, something that's different about the combat in this is, unlike a lot of modern RPGs where if you attack, like say you have all three of your guys target one guy and the second guy kills him, the third guy will normally just attack someone else. In this, it's not like that. He just defends if you killed the target he was targeting. And I don't know, a lot of people hate that. I kind of hate it in a way, but I think it does add some strategy. Is like, you've got to actually plan out who you attack, not just do auto attack. Yeah, I don't know, I kind of like it, even though it is probably not as good as it should be. It's an out of date feature. It shouldn't be in there, but I kind of like it. I suppose we have to go after Felix and the other. Go watch part 0 to know what he's talking about. He's reading our minds. I think there's some very minor lag on my Dazzle when they're doing mind read. I don't know. See, so that's what happened. Again, I guess they were just thinking about that the whole time. It's like, we just recapped every single thing that happened, like, from 3 years ago. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems weird how mind read works like that. And yes, I was probably scrolling through the text way too quickly here, but I was running out of time, and I wanted to see if I could get this whole plot section into this part. I wasn't able to. I'm not sure if the 15-minute time limit is like how it was before, where, oh, it's a 10-minute time limit. Actually, it's 11 minutes. I'm not sure if it's actually there's 16 minutes, but I heard there wasn't, so I'm not going to take the chance. Hey, you Isaac, I won't forget this! And they don't, actually. I think these guys reappear in Golden Sun, The Lost Age, or I think they do. I can't remember. I haven't played through that game all the way through many times. I've played through it the whole way twice, and then I've tried to replay the second game several times, and I usually stop at the part where you have to fight Poseidon on your way to, oh, what the fuck's Lemuria? But, and it's weird because that's so far into the game, but that's just where I always stop. I just really hate that stupid underwater part and the fighting Poseidon. That's just an annoying fight. Hey, that game is so long, jeez. Like, I think that's a thing I like about the first game a lot better, among many other things, is that it's shorter than the second game. And I know that's sort of a weird thing to call a complaint about the second game, but yeah, the second game is just way too long. Man, and I haven't even talked about just how groundbreaking this game was for Game Boy Advance. Oh well, this is going to be a long Let's Play. We've got lots of time to fill, lots of text to talk over. So basically, what's going on right now is they're saying that what's his name, Hammett has probably been kidnapped, and Ivan wants to go rescue him, but there's no way for him to get in now that the gates have been shut. So yeah, you're basically screwed. But that Hammett will be safe because he can extort money from Kayleigh. So We just gotta wait and see what Dodonpa does. Okay, so that's the end of this part. I'll see you next time.